Salazar? Okay.
Yeah, you're the last counselor I spoke to, actually.
Yeah, okay. So, I just, wanted to catch up on with everything that's going on. I know that you're a freshman in community college.
Yeah.
And how is that going?
It's alright, actually. I'm almost done. I have 2 weeks, 2 weeks left. Yeah, this week is my last week of class, lectures, and then next week is my finals week. I'm gonna be a sophomore in college, so I'm pretty excited about that. But overall, college has been really stressful. It's a lot to handle. But I'm actually glad it's almost over. I'm just there's a lot on my plate. Actually, I still have work, and I'm actually planning to just quit my job and just do all kinds of stuff, but just to focus on school and try to go to summer school, and but yeah, I'm trying to stay in school. I'm trying to focus. It's really hard though, but I'm hanging in there.
Wow, so it seems like you have a lot going on, way more than before.
It's crazy. I'm trying to do more things. I'm actually trying to join other programs and stop trying to work in these fast food places because it's driving me crazy. These fast food places are it's a lot of stress, and going to school, it's I don't know, it makes you think twice, and that's why I'm just I'm so it's just, I don't know how to explain myself sometimes. It's just frustrating. School's frustrating sometimes, and I'm just oh my god. But then I think about I don't want to be in a fast food place anymore. I'm trying to get out of
that's
there.
right. That's right.
So I'm trying to hang in there, and it's just.
So it seems like you're a little
Overwhelmed,
stressed,
There's a lot.
anxious right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So then this is your last semester as a freshman.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. So there's something positive.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I'm actually
yeah.
looking at that. Besides everything else, I'm just well, there's that.
Okay.
So,
yeah. So you made it this far.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
So how is it? How are you planning? Do you have a workbook and a academic calendar that you use for your daily activities, or how do you keep yourself sane?
I'm actually all over the place. I don't have any of that actually. And I tried keeping I know my program that I'm in. They gave me a sheet of paper, and it's a planner.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted a planner, but I don't know. I just filled it out one time and I just never used it.
Oh wow. Okay.
So yeah, maybe that's why I feel I'm all over the place. But I do not have any of that.
So you don't have a daily planner where you're hey, today I'm gonna do this and that.
No.
What about your due dates? As far as your homework and stuff.
Well, most of my homework is always due. You know what? Yeah, most of my homework is always due on Monday nights. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much my deadline. I am you know what? I am on top of my homework. I do my homework, but I do procrastinate. I wait until the end.
Oh, that's fine.
To do my homework.
How are your grades right now? How is everything?
I'm okay. I think I'm doing good. I have an A in my criminology class, which is something that's really good because it's something that I'm really into. My communications class, which is public speaking, I'm doing okay in that one too. I've done 3 speeches. Tomorrow I have another speech, so I'm kind of nervous about that. But my other speeches, I did pretty well. I got A's and B's. It was crazy because I never thought that I would get nervous. Mm-hmm. And when I went on I went in front of my class, my heart started beating so fast.
Uh-oh.
And I started speaking so fast, and I was just oh my gosh, and so that happened in one of my speeches, and it was supposed to be a 5-minute speech, and it turned out to be 3 minutes because of how fast I spoke, because I was just trying to catch up to my breath, and so that kind of I was just oh my gosh, and so it wasn't such a good, I didn't think it was such a good speech. I think I could have done better.
Okay.
But and 2, it was a persuasive speech, one of the hardest speeches, and it sounded more like an informative speech, and
okay.
so it wasn't what they were actually looking for. So I was oh my god. So I still got a good grade on it though, good presentation and overall, but yeah, it was.
So if you can go back to that, what do you think got you in your presentation? I know you said that you spoke too fast. Was that because you were nervous?
I don't know. I don't I think so. I just once I get on like in front, you know, because when I practice this at home, and I memorize my speech, and I do good. I'm at home, but then I'm around people, and like I'm in front, and everybody's like watching me, and like my heart just out of nowhere. I try to keep my cool, but it's my heart, like it just starts racing all crazy, and I'm just like. I try to keep up with my breath, but instead of trying to take a deep breath, I speak faster.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was just like, oh my gosh, and I got hot, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get out of here.
Okay, so you were pretty much just trying to get through it.
Yeah,
at that moment. Okay. Is that how you feel right now about everything else?
Yeah,
that you're just trying to get through it?
I'm trying to finish, I'm trying to get through everything, just get it done, and just like, get it over with, and just, like,
I feel you, yeah.
It's like, once you get it over with, it's just like, damn, you can just
breathe.
Yeah, and just move on or just do something else. So that's when I'm like, I'm ready. I'm almost.
Well, yeah, you seem pretty ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Oh man, just think about it. As temporary. Like you say, yeah, you want to get it over with, and it's gonna be over. It's gonna be. Eventually, it will. A couple more weeks to go. But I feel that maybe you planning your daily activities will probably help you.
Yeah.
I know that you've tried it in the past, but you didn't keep up with it, right? Maybe that's something you would like to try again.
Yeah, I should, because I'm really disorganized. I'm all over the place. So, and I'm always like I said, I'm always busy. I have these jobs, and I'm a full-time student, and then I have I have to come home, my household, my mom. I have to take care of everything. So. It's just, I do need one. It's just, I need to follow through with it too. Because I'm a really bad procrastinator, and I get distracted so fast. So it's like, and now I have a car, and I have I don't have many friends, but I just have just one friend. Kim, she calls me, she's like, hey, let's do something, and there I go, and like instead of just getting my work done. I'm like, oh my god, I'm just like, you know what? I need to. That's why I'm bad.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's easy now these days. I mean, anything. I mean, we have our phones all the time, right? Yeah. Anything can get us distracted. But yeah, I mean that'll be a great idea. Just keeping that daily agenda and just start checking off. Check. Hey, and that friend calls you and be like, hey, you want to go over here? And you're like, oh wait, let me check. No, I'm not done yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, hey, let me finish it up real quick, and then I'll call you back.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, I remember myself, going through college and my freshman year. It was just, it's the toughest. Yeah, it's the toughest because you're trying to just live life, right? Trying to survive. Now become more independent, and at the same time, learning the strategies that are gonna take you to success, and that's not easy at all.
No, and they don't teach you these things, It's things that you just have to either somebody tells you, that's why I come here, so you can and it's just things that you just don't learn. I don't know, it's just things that I just don't know how to strategize, and I just don't know how to get my stuff just in order. It's just I'm all over the place, and I think that's what's causing all this stress. I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah, and especially now towards the end. And you know what? It's never too late to start. Just because you got 2 weeks left doesn't mean that I can't create an agenda anymore. For what? I don't need it. I'm like, I think you do. I think you do, because you know what? To be honest, especially now, you got finals coming up, right? And I think they changed the days or the hours that you go.
Yeah.
So then, if you don't have that written down, or maybe your memory is not working good because you're under a lot of stress and you forget for whatever reason, the date and the time, or that you don't have that written down, then that's gonna be tough, right? Yeah, we don't want that to happen. Yeah, so we definitely want you to be more organized, and I can help you do that. We can go through your schedule, and the final schedule. Have you seen the final schedule already? Are you familiar with it? Okay, yeah, that's something that we can definitely look at, and then I'll help you make a planner on that. I mean, you got 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
and those 2 weeks are gonna get written down.
Yeah,
Right?
I have to because I'm just here like I look at my I have Canvas on my phone, so I'm just like I look on Canvas really quick, just maybe a day or two before. So I'm just like that's why I'm just like that's why I'm so behind because I do not write anything down. Even if I do this on my phone, and if I write it down on my phone, I don't look at it again. So
do you feel like that's going to happen?
Yeah, it will a lot. It will help a lot. It will.
Do you have any other ideas of like have you looked up? I know that you're on your phone quite a bit. Say, have you looked up any like coping skills, strategies as a student? Maybe stress strategies or anything?
Not really.
What do you usually do when you're very stressed out?
When I am very stressed out, I do this, almost all the time. I take my homework and I go to the beach. And I go over there and I don't like to be inside a library and just like I don't like that. So I go out to the beach and I sit on a bench and I do my homework. And so I think that's what's kind of keeping me sane. But I usually do it as like I say, I get distracted easily, and I usually do this like the day before, or like things that are due, and like it's not good. It feels good, stuff and going over, and then sometimes this is my problem too. Say I have I noticed this about myself. I have an assignment due. Say I have a final. Okay, for example, I have a final due on. I have a final on Monday. And I have, and then I have my ceremonial speech tomorrow. So yesterday, I did just an quick outline of my ceremonial speech because I wanted to get extra sleep because I woke up super early and I was like, I need to sleep. But I think that was not a good idea. So I just did the outline, and then so today's the day before my ceremonial speech is done. But I spent the day going over chapters for my final. And I'm just like, why do I do this? Like, I actually focus on something else rather than like something that's due tomorrow because I don't know. It's just I just find it really crazy about me. It's like, why do I do this? Like, or like I don't know. Or if I'm trying to do my criminal or my math homework or my criminology homework, and like I just get distracted by my communications homework, and I'm just like, wait, what? Why am I? So sometimes I get ahead of something else, and then I still procrastinate on one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like I don't know how to handle that. I just don't know how to.
Okay, so you're telling me that you're getting distracted with other homework, which is important. Right? But it can wait.
Yes.
And then you gotta focus on this, and you're just like, oh, I'll come back to that, and then I'll do this. So you're kind of bouncing around tasks.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
That's what's going on. Okay, and then you don't know how to go about it.
No, I do not.
Okay. So I am thinking, to be honest, I know I've been there. I know. It took me a long time to actually become familiar, with like my work strategy. Everybody has their own. Like you say, like you're not an indoor person. I used to go to the library and like study in the library because I felt like it was quiet. I had my own time. But you're more of a outdoors, right? You like to go out on the beach and look at a nice view, and it might be quiet, right? Quietness. Okay, you have peace there too.
Yeah, it is quiet.
Yeah, but then you tell me you can't be in a closed place. Then you won't concentrate. See, and then I'm the other way around, because if I'll be at the beach and then I see a bird or something, so definitely understand that. So I think definitely, writing things down, having an agenda on your daily agenda. Your daily agenda on middle school, high school, we used to do an agenda.
Yeah, I remember. I hated those.
But you know what? They did it for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? We used to go in there and write our homework down. What's due today? What's due tomorrow? Okay. Right? And then we're on our own now, independent, and it's like, oh my God, do I really need an agenda? Right?
Yeah.
And now you're seeing what's going on. Yeah. And I'm glad that you can actually see it though. And you accept it. Oh my gosh. And the more you talk about it, you're like, oh my God, I really don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help.
Yeah, really appreciate it.
strategize.
Mhm.
Because sometimes it takes somebody else from like out of your circle
Mhm.
to tell you, hey, you know what? You gotta do this. You gotta do
Yeah.
that. Don't do this. Don't do that.
To somebody that
Yeah.
knows. Yeah.
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 Yeah, exactly. And then I understand that you are also first time, college attendee, right?
Mhm.
From your generation, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, wow.
So
I'm
it's
so
really
proud of you
different.
for that.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'm
it's
very proud
different.
of you.
I actually like everything that I learned because I've learned that a lot, I actually try to tell my family, like inform my mom. I always talk to her about the things that I learned, and sometimes she thinks I'm crazy, and I'm just like, really, mom, go to school.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's and today she told me something really interesting that I just didn't really expect. She told me, because I was expressing myself to her, and we're like, oh, and she was like, I think you're gonna be. She said, what did she say? You're actually gonna be something more than your sisters. And she's like, or yeah, that's what she said. But it just shocked me how, because she's my mom and
Yeah.
she's their mom too, and she would never say something like about something like that about her daughters, and it just like I was like, really. So like that's how I know like that I really probably surprised her in a way.
Okay.
So I was like, wow.
That's
Thanks.
nice. That's nice to hear, right?
It was yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, thank you.
Well, especially coming from a parent.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Having that support. And it builds you up.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you more confident, right?
Mm-hmm. It made me feel good. I was like, well, thank you, mom. Maybe that's what I needed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. So you do have that family support.
Yeah, it's there.
goes.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
great. That's great. Because being like first time generation, just you're pretty much learning every step of the way.
Yeah.
You don't have nobody there guiding you or telling you, hey, do it this way, do it that way. You kind of have to go out of your way to look for that help.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you're here today
Mhm.
because I'm gonna help you. That's great. That's great. I'm glad. And you know what? Continue to do that.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to seek for help. Because that's what we have. We have all the help. We have
Yeah.
tutoring. We have free tutoring. We have psychologists, that you can go talk to when you're feeling overwhelmed or you have, certain kind of problems that are
Mhm.
more deeper in a
Yeah.
deeper level or whatnot. You can always go to them. You can always come to me, academically wise or even anything. We can talk about,
Mhm.
whatever is it that you need.
Yeah.
We're gonna look in your grades right now,
Mhm.
and then we're gonna see, how's it going. What do we gotta focus on? We got a couple weeks ago, and I think that we can finish it off right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel too. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive to work over the stress,
Yeah.
And yeah, it feels good talking to somebody, because I'm like a really isolated person, so I don't really, and I know there's a lot of help available and all these counselors, and it's really good. It's just, it's sometimes it's really hard to, or I don't know, it's just sometimes I don't talk, so it's really good that I'm getting that help that I need, and I'm
Yeah.
actually getting that advice and then I'm actually here seeking for it because I really need it. I really do.
No, yeah, definitely. I'm glad you're here too. So I'm gonna give you this worksheet, and it's 6 key coping skills.
Okay.
So it practically just talks about what we just spoke about. Distraction, right?
Yeah.
Emotional release, grounding, reality check. Is this more important? Is this more important? Reality check, right? Access higher power. Ask questions. Seek for help. And then service. Get whatever it is that you have to do, you get it done. So I'm just gonna give you this, and that just a little explanation on some pros and cons, and I think it might be helpful. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, then let's get started on the rest of the stuff, and then I'll help you out getting your calendar. Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about today, or?
I think I think that's it. I'm feeling pretty good.
All
Actually.
right. All right. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're very energetic. I know that you have a lot of stuff going on, and I am very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Let's do this.